Hello, Battletech enthusiasts. Today we're going to discuss methods to speed up play. That is, if you play like a game with a significant number of mechs, you will take many hours to finish it if you do everything and roll everything properly. There are some ways that preserves the flavor of a game, but significantly speeds things up. For example, there's another YouTube channel elsewhere, it's Death from Above Wargaming. They have this neat method of speeding up dice rolling where you group fire. That is, you take one die, that's your pilot die, then you roll it with color-coded die that are size-coded as well based on your weapons. So you have like autocannons, you use white dice, LRMs, you use black dice, lasers, you use red dice, and blue dice for PPCs. And then the lasers are sized based on the size of the laser, like the larger dice versus the smaller ones. And then you check to see if you hit based on those group rolls, like you roll it all at once. Then the ones that you keep are the ones that hit. And then you roll another handful of dice all at once with that pilot die and only from the dies that hit to find locations. And with LRMs, you do a cluster roll once you determine which clusters hit first. And so, for example, if you were to use an LRM 20, you would roll 5 black die, and anything that rolls a 3, 4, 5, or 6 is a hit, and a 1 or a 2 is a miss, and so forth. And then if you basically assign those as 5 points of damage each, and if all clusters miss, then you instead assign 2 points of damage. They did the analysis on this, and they determined that it maintains the statistics pretty well, but you can go even further. And what I found is, if you eliminate all heat tracking and eliminate all range increments, you still maintain the flavor of the game, but it goes much, much faster. So don't bother with heat tracking, and don't do any range corrections for it to hit, and just make everything that's at long range be the same as short range. And basically, if it's out of long range, then you can't shoot. And anything from short to long range, you roll it all as short range. Then you basically just have to determine, okay, how many weapons are in range? Okay, roll those, and that's it. And you'll find that this speeds things up quite a lot. And you might think, okay, well, certain mechs will be advantaged and disadvantaged. And yes, that's true. Like mechs like the Marauder will be unfairly advantaged because it has heat issues if it launches all its PPCs. But so will mechs like the Jenner. They'll also be heat advantaged. And that's just how it is. But it works. It still maintains the flavor of the game, and you can consider this like an emergency technique where you want to play a game that feels just like real Battletech, and that is not doing some variant like Alpha Strike or something, but you still get the real true feeling of a full Battletech board game or tabletop game, but maybe a significant fraction less time-wise. And also, it's easier to introduce the game to people this way. Someone who may not even have ever played the game and doesn't really want to learn all the rules at once and just wants to just try it out. So you can say, okay, I'm really simplifying the rules a lot, and then here we're going to do it. And then the hardest part is really just either you have to memorize or you look up the hit locations, and it just goes much faster. All right, well, that's the trick for speeding up the game.
Please leave comments at the end if you found anything you agree with or disagree with, or if you have any requests for other videos.